Welcome to Align Mind Body. This is your space to reconnect with yourself, mind, body, and breath. Together we'll explore gentle exercises, intentional movement, and mindful practices that are easy for everyone to follow. Each move and breath we take will be rooted in science, helping you feel stronger, calmer, and more present in your daily life. To book a consultation appointment or for more information, contact me at 954-261-4719 or support@thevaulttraining.online. Let's start this journey toward balance and alignment.
Hello and welcome to the Align Mind Body Show. I'm so excited about today's episode because I'm here being together with one of my incredible clients, Lisa. Lisa has been training with me about 2 times a week for 3 months now, and she's seen incredible stabilization within her body after facing some injuries. Through targeted exercises, we've been able to strengthen her deep core, improve her posture, and allow her to regain confidence in her movements. So today's session is going to include a grounding workout where we'll focus on your ankle mobility, your hip stability, your deep core, and also your breathing. I am going to guide you step by step, explaining the exercises and the mechanics behind it, and Lisa will be demonstrating live, so you'll be able to understand everything that's going on and also visually see it. But before we get started, I would love to introduce Lisa, and if she can just share her journey really quickly on her, movement and exercise routine.
Thanks, Nannette. So I was injured over 10 years ago, and I had a crushing and twisting injury to my lower right leg that resulted in a lot of nerve entrapment and ended up leading to some muscle issues. Now I've been diagnosed with dystonia, which means my nerves aren't communicating with my muscles appropriately. Sometimes they tell my muscles to move and I don't want them to move, or sometimes they don't move. So I was having a lot of issues with stability and reliability of movement with my foot up and down. Just consistent walking and driving was a challenge.
Yes, so that's why in today's session, like I mentioned, we're going to do some of that ankle mobility, that hip stability, the deep core, and incorporate some nice breathing, which we actually do a lot. So we're going to go ahead and get started and get this routine in. So come to lay down on your back. And we're going to start with the feet flat on the ground. And you're going to go ahead and hug your knees in towards you. You're going to give yourself a big hug. You're going to inhale and exhale, breathe deeply. As you're going through all your stretches and your movements, you're practicing that continuation of the breath. This is going to help you to gently engage your abdominal muscles, expand into your back, your spine, and just give you a little bit more freedom from within. Also very good for your breathing patterns. So you're going to keep the right knee in towards you and lengthen the left leg all the way down. Now, remember, we're working a little bit on that ankle mobility and elasticity. So she's going to flex both the feet towards the ceiling, making sure that she's kind of pointing them to lengthen the back of the ankle and get that little bit of a calf ankle stretch. Gently pressing the knee towards her chest and inhaling and exhaling, breathing deeply into every single pose. Take about 2 more deep breaths. You're going to grab the back of your right hamstring and lengthen that leg up. Now this is an awesome hamstring stretch, but the way you want to make it a little bit different is by flexing the foot towards your nose. Once again, working on that ankle range and mobility by engaging muscles in the front of the leg. So this is actually really, really nice stretch. Perfect. Take about another deep breath here. Each stretch is held about 30 seconds for you to get some length into them. And then gently lower the heel, bring the left knee in towards you, and let's switch it over to the other side. Right leg lengthens. You're going to grab the back of that left thigh. She's going to stretch and flex the feet towards her nose, taking nice expansive inhales and exhales. She's already trained with the breathing, which really helps the body as a whole, the nervous system. So lengthening the leg up, flexing the foot. Beautiful. And then you can pull it in, or she'll pull it into wherever it feels great for her. So go ahead and take a few deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Very good. Perfect. Hold it for about another deep breath. Pull it in a little bit more towards you. Flex the foot. I mean, you can see that she has more range in this one, but we're going to be working on that specific right ankle range of motion, okay? All right, and then you're going to go ahead, release, and you're going to lengthen both the legs. Now we're going to do another exercise that's called supine decompression. And once again, tapping into that ankle mobility, inner thigh, which is a hip stabilizer, and firing up the deep core. So she's going to use a little pillow. You can have a little pillow, a little towel wrapped up. A yoga block is also very good. She's going to put the pillow in between the inner thighs. Now, if you're home, you're watching this, you're going to squeeze into the pillow. And this is going to start to fire some deep muscles in the center. And then she's going to flex her toes as much as she can. Now, reach the hands up over the heart. And this works muscles. So you're kind of stretching and also working your muscles at the same time. So let's hold it here for a few deep breaths, because when you hold things, you allow deeper muscles to fire. You give them time to kind of ignite and engage. She's going to reach her hand a little bit higher up to engage her core a little deeper. This is when we get into the more core portion. This is working on your core. This is a safe exercise, just as knee to chest. Anybody can do this. It's not, you know, from an athletic person to a beginner. Perfect. And then release and relax. Take a little break. Shake it off. Now she's going to place the feet flat on the ground, squeezing into the little pillow, flexing her feet towards the ceiling. Once again, still working on that ankle mobility and that ankle range. She's going to press the heel and lift the glute up for a bridge. So she's still squeezing the inner thigh, which is really good because she's still working her core, okay? And still driving with that ankle flexion. Now, these exercises are very specific. They're tailored to her. But if you have this ankle stiffness, you can work on stuff like this. And then gently release. Beautiful. Take a little break, move it around a little bit. And then we're going to do another round where she lengthens the legs, toes together. So you'll go back to back. Reach the hands over the heart. Inner thighs are squeezing. The foot is flexing. And then you can start to see that her foot actually starts to mobilize a little bit more as she does the work. You know, it's warming her up. Nice big squeeze. You see there's a mini bend, flexion, a hand reaching, breathing. Beautiful, so good for you. The core naturally drops down, strengthening important stabilizers. Perfect. We're going to breeze through this one, release, and then place the feet flat on the ground. Come into the bridge position, squeeze into the thighs, lift your hip up, off. Beautiful. Flexion. Beautiful. Hold it here for about 2 to 3 deep breaths. One more. The isometric hold is like a glue for your muscles. It kind of helps you to activate a little deeper. And then break, shake it off. Perfect. Move it around. All right, that was really good. Now, we'll get into a bit more of the core strengthening routine, and we'll mix a little bit of hip in there also with some glute bridge repetitions. So we're going to get her knees over her hips. She's still squeezing into the little pillow. So if you're home and you're doing this, you want to squeeze into here, gently working these deep muscles. There's no excuse to work these important stabilizers here. Reach your hands over the heart, nice deep breathing. Flexing the feet towards your nose. Once again, always bringing in that flexion, working it, working it, working it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then she's going to do little stretches of the leg up and forward and bringing it back in. So she's going to get a few repetitions in. Now we're going to get a few repetitions of the glute bridge. Both very simple exercises, but very effective. This is here, once again, training the inner thighs and continuously firing up the deeper core. Perfect. Beautiful. Very good. And then release the hands and then give me 10 glute bridge repetitions. Exactly. 2, very good. Everything done with the inner thighs. You count as I explained. Perfect. The glute bridges are great for strengthening your hamstrings, your glutes, core too, if done right with this nice inner thigh squeeze. Perfect. Beautiful. Get your 10 reps in, and then we're going to reverse it to the knees back up again to do the core. That's perfect. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can reach your hands up. Perfect. And then awesome. It just helps to kind of keep the core a little bit more nice and engaged. It's perfect. Beautiful. She brings it up. She's ready to go. Very nice sequence. This is our last round. We're doing 2 of everything today. You can increase and do 3 repetitions or 3 rounds, 3 sets, as we say. Perfect. Breathing, inhaling, and exhaling. Perfect. Nice. Go for a few more. Just to strengthen. You want to strengthen a little bit more. And break. Shake it off. Release and relax. Perfect. Okay, we're going to go ahead, take this from in between the thighs. We're going to turn it over into a tabletop position. Make sure if you're doing this at home, your knees feel comfortable. We're going to do something that's very common that a lot of people have seen. It's called cat-cow. You're going to place the block, pillow, towel in between the thighs. And then she's going to demonstrate nice deep breathing. In the inhale, you round and curl into the cat-like position. And in the exhale, she'll just release neutral. Beautiful. And then again, inhaling, rounding, curling. Perfect. And then releasing. This helps to create a little bit of spinal flexion, a little bit of extension, mobility throughout the mid-back, a little bit the low back. And I like it because it works your core. You're going to squeeze the inner thighs, lift the core up, 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 up. So at the same time, you're kind of like releasing and engaging your core muscles. So it's pretty good. Take about 2 more. Perfect. Awesome. Last one. Beautiful. Now, she's going to take the pillow from in between the thighs out. We're working on that footwork, remember. So she's going to tuck her toes in and gently stretch her hips down towards her heels. She had just adjusted her right foot. She adjusts her pinky. That's very important. That's really good that she did that, because that makes that you're making sure that all your toes are stretching and opening. Your feet are expanding. There's muscles there. There's a lot of proprioception that happens there, nerve endings. So you want to make sure you stretch them, open them, and get that flow into them. Perfect. Shift forward, tap the feet out a little bit. Very good. Nice. And then let's do another one. Just go ahead, tuck it in. A 2 round. Sometimes you want to repeat the stretches so you can kind of just really lengthen everything that needs to be stretched. Perfect. Very good. One more deep breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. She's rounding the knees back. She's getting a nice stretch in the low back too. Perfect. And then she's gently going to shift forward on towards the tummy and come into a forearm plank position. Now, I'm teaching this one because it's accessible and it's going to help you strengthen. You're going to place your elbows under your shoulders. We're going to do the 8-point plank. So you're going to come into the forearm plank position. So come into forearm. Beautiful. Perfect. So she pulled up. It's a supported forearm knee plank. So what she's going to do is practice the tummy gently drawing up. Her chin is drawn in. Beautiful. It's tucking in. And then the hip stays pretty low. It doesn't go up high, you know. This is going to strengthen her core. And then just take a couple of deep breaths here. One more. Held for a couple of seconds. 30 seconds. And then take a little break. Shake it off. Awesome. Move it around. Once again, getting that core strengthening in. One more. Just one more. Okay, you're doing great. Breathing. This is an awesome plank. I do this one too, even though it may look like, oh, she has her knees there. No, you feel it a lot. Wrapping the ribs up, taking nice deep breaths into the middle of your back to expand the joints, the ribs, to deepen the core strengthening. And of course, the tippy toes are nice and tucked. Perfect. One more big breath here. Expansion into here. Beautiful. And then release and take a little break. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and come to sit back on towards the sit bones. Perfect. Okay. Now let's practice a little bit of also something that's very good to train, and it's almost like trusting and controlling a half fall. So it's very good training for your core. She's going to bring the pillow here, so you're going to place the feet flat, and she's going to open the palms up. I actually made her do these yesterday, where, you know, she's going to gently pull her chin in, pull her core back, and then tuck and round roll and gently trying to control a soft fall. All right. This is going to train you to have a little bit more control in your movements, believe it or not, in that core control, that stability. So you're going to go for 2 more. Now remember, you can start to add repetitions into this. So you can do 3. You can start off there. Inhale. Exhale to come back up. Perfect. Good job. Rounding and curling, breathing throughout the whole process. Good. All right. Gets tiring after a little bit.
Yes, it does.
Good job. That was awesome. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get rid of this pillow. So we strengthened a little bit of core. It's not an intense routine where we're going to be working on the core so much. It gives you enough of the firing that you need to activate some deep muscles that are necessary for your stability. So we're going to get into more of the ankle mobility routine. So let's get into some stretches. So let's start seated on the sit bones as much as you can. And you're going to lengthen your spine and just be as tall and upright as possible. Now, this may be a little bit hard for some people to get the legs straight like this. So I'm going to cue her to do it a little bit different where she bends the knees a little bit more and she flexes the feet. Perfect. Better. It's very good. We're going to check them too again to see if the range improved after. So she's going to go ahead and grab. She's going to put the band. You can do band, you can do strap, you can do towel. Okay, you can do a towel in the house. It doesn't matter. And then she's going to go ahead and work on that dorsiflexion and that stretch. So the knees can be bent. You can also be seated on a chair, which we didn't bring out today, but you can also sit in the chair and do the same thing. Okay, stretching the foot towards your nose. This is going to fire up your shins. This is going to build that nice length into that posterior ankle right here. The Achilles, the calves. If you have plantar fasciitis, this is also very good. And then release and break. Awesome. Perfect. Now, let's do one more. That was a good hold. It's interesting because it's very jointy here. It's ligaments at this point, tendons here. So this is more muscle. So this needs to be worked a little bit. So if you do have that restriction in your ankles, do this. Ankle restriction will stop you from doing deep squats and getting some general movement just like I am right now. So you gotta have nice ankle range and then break, shake it off. Awesome. All right, now let's just stretch a little bit nice and easy. You're gonna get rid of the band. Perfect. And then you're gonna go and place that right foot on the left inner thigh. So go ahead and put it in. Now when she does this, she's gonna flex her foot the same way. She's gonna lift and lengthen her spine. And then she's gonna go ahead and stretch forward, all right? She's worked a lot on this. She's built a lot of beautiful range of motion. The core work is going to help you get that tummy to draw in to get a little bit more of that length. Some people are more posterior chain dominant, meaning their back muscles are so strong, they should be strengthening their core a little bit more. Beautiful. You're going to relax the forehead a little bit more. Perfect. Letting go of the base of the neck and just breathing deeply all throughout the spine where you feel these muscles and fascia and tissues pulling. Perfect. And then she'll gently come to lift. And then we're just going to switch it to the other side. So she's going to go ahead and change it up. Perfect. And then let's align this leg a little bit more. So perfect. Soften this knee a little bit more. So I'm correcting her a little bit more, which was unlocking the knee. Flex that foot as much as you can. And then go ahead and reach. Just to make micro adjustment.
It popped.
Yeah, it happens when you get the line good, you may get a little bit of gas release there, which is the popping sound you hear. Stretch the toes because you're working on that ankle range, especially on this right side, which is has, like I call it, some Carfax, some history. The body carries history, the injuries it's had, has memories of the injuries, and the tissues are all stagnant there sometimes. So she's stretching and working that leg. Perfect. About 2 more deep breaths. And then the last one. Perfect. Very good. And then gently release, come to lift. You're going to lengthen the leg. And then you're going to go ahead and just come to relax on your back. We're going to do a little bit more hip stretching. And then we're going to do another round of that knee together, toe together. Because like I said, hip stability is not always working the glutes. You know, she's very posterior chain dominant. So we had to stabilize the hip in a different way, which is more from the inner parts. Okay. So we're going to do one more round of that. Let's do that. No pillow this time. Internal rotation. Perfect. She does, or she rotates her femurs in. So it feels really good. Helps you align better. This is great. So stretch the toes towards your nose. This is much better. This is very good. It's much better than we started. You can get an image of her flexion on the right side. You can even maybe show before and after of the ankle range and how it improved. We've been doing this for not even that long, so that's good. Hard work. Got to put in the work. All right, I'm going to challenge her a little bit more because I'm here today. We do a lot of virtual sessions, her and I, but I'm going to get her today. I'm going to fix her a little bit more. She's going to bend this right knee. She's like, why am I here? Squeeze the inner thighs. All right, and then flare that right pinky toe towards me. Beautiful. And then release and break. Shake it off. All right, enough of that. Place the foot flat on the ground. Cross that right ankle over the left thigh in that figure four. Flex the foot and then stretch it towards you. Once again, working on flexion. You might as well throw that dorsiflexion as much as you can. Once again, ankle mobility, ankle range of motion. That's your deep squat. That's you walking, your gait mechanic is everything. So lengthen this left leg up. So you're going to stretch it up, 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 up. Nice crunchies out. Perfect. Hold it for about 30 seconds. That's what, you know, the evidence shows. You got to hold that stretch. Science behind stretching. Very good. And then gently release. And let's do the same on the other side. So unravel. Let's get that. Nice stretch for the hip. This one's very common. I threw an extra adjustment so you can enhance the stretch and get the most out of the exercise and the stretch. You can do it kind of like or you can do it really good and get a lot out of it. Lengthen the leg, flex the foot, flex here. Beautiful. Nice. Very nice, actually. Little by little, working on your stabilization, important. Core strength, important. And range of motion, elasticity. I wouldn't call it flexibility. And then gently release. Perfect. Unravel the legs. Very beautiful. We're going to get another nice stretch in for the hips. Now we're kind of toning it down a little bit. She's going to wrap left leg over the right. This is a very nice hip stretch too. She's going to press that top leg down, which involves her using her inner thighs, her still core muscles and still activating muscles. And she actually engages that top leg down gently, as long as the knee feels good. She's going to get a nice stretch all throughout here, pull back, all that good stuff. And then she'll gently release, unraveling the legs. Beautiful. And then switching it over to the other side. Perfect. Pressing that top leg down, using that leg to create that pressure and that stretch. It's a little bit more of a tension stretch. It's very nice. Good for hips. Good to stretch that IT band too, that a lot of people talk about. Beautiful. And then gently release and relax. Beautiful. Unravel the legs. Grab both of the thighs. Lengthen the legs, both of them up. We call legs up against the wall in yoga. Just get the legs to hold up. Blood flow just kind of glides down. You know. And then her ankles look pretty sweet now. Looks pretty. Her range of motion there. That was the goal today, was get that nice opening in that ankle range. But you see that I took other muscles to just do this. Didn't come out of nothing, you know. There's other engagements that needed to happen within the body to actually get results. So it's not always passive. There's kind of techniques you have to use to actually make a change in range. Gently release. Beautiful. Let's do one more of the leg long. I'm going to just throw this one in again. Lengthen the legs. Internal. Our last one of this one. And we'll get another nice stretch in. Flex the foot. And this one you can never do enough. This one I do myself when I feel like my hips are kind of funky and my ribs are all over the place. You know, some people have more rib extension. So just flex it. You see the difference now. Very nice. Perfect. Breathing. Nice. One more. It's beautiful. And release. Gently release. Go ahead. Go roll over to the side gently. Go ahead and press yourself up. You'll lengthen both of the legs out in front of you. Flex those toes. Reach the arms up. And then go ahead and forward flex. The belly pulling in towards the spine. Still kind of engaging. Perfect. Beautiful. Drawing the chin in. Much more range. Much more relaxation in the low back. Beautiful. Let's keep working a little bit more. Lift up and place the right foot on the ground and take a twist over Shodemo. Thighs are squeezing. Foot is flexed. Nice twist. When you do it in this way, you're strengthening gently the core, and you're also getting a nice rotation in the mid-back. So you get a nice stretch. Put a little muscle in that stretch routine. Gently release and switch it over to the other side. Perfect. Bringing the foot in and going and wrapping it. Perfect. Beautiful. Very good. As you see, she has the spine nice and lengthened. There's effort in that lift. The chin is in. Very nice form in the stretch. You know, make sure you check in with that. Really pay attention how she's positioning herself. Makes a difference. Gently release. Cross the legs. Sit nice and upright. And take a little gentle stretch forward. Breathing and then just stretching to wherever it feels comfortable for you. The chin is in. Beautiful. Nice. Beautiful. One more deep breath here. Nice. So more of a frontal closing. Back expanded. Gently come to lift. Place the feet flat. Let's do something fun. Go ahead.
I get nervous every time she says something fun.
Fun is usually something a little bit more challenging. Let's take a gentle twist. Legs are nice and close. Right hand to the back. Left hand over. Let's go ahead and give it a little twist over to the other side. Yeah. Nice twist. Rotation of the thoracic. Lots of nice pops. And then you'll gently release. And then she's warmed up. She's flexed. So she's just going to bring the feet. We're going to finish off fun, strong. She's just going to balance a little bit. And breathe. Perfect. Take about 2 more deep breaths. Incredible work. Squeeze the inner thighs. Your last push. And break. All right. So you already know the drill. It's a different, unique sequence. The sequence is designed for that ankle mobility, that hip stability, deep core, and just a nice release in the back, okay? Go ahead and come back to this video. Practice it if you need to, you know. It's going to really make a difference in your body structure. This little routine, we've been practicing it quite a bit.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed like I'm more on the inner part of my foot than my weight falling out all the time.
Yes, that knee together, toe together is a really nice one, a very special one. So try it out. Hope you enjoy. Go ahead, subscribe, like, drop a comment. What do you feel when you try this? Do you have any discomfort while you're exercising? Is there any challenges that you may be going through in terms of movement? You can go ahead and ask questions and I can answer them, or I can maybe even design a little routine for your specific questions. So thank you for joining. Thank you, Lisa, and I will see you for the next one.
Thank you for joining Align Mind Body today. I hope you're feeling a little more connected, centered, and aware of how your body moves and breathes. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress and mindfulness in each moment. To book a consultation, appointment, or for more information, contact me at 954-261-4719 or support@thevaulttraining.online. Be kind to yourself, stay intentional, and I'll see you next time as we continue this journey toward alignment and wellness.